Hey everyone, Vinland here back again with a new video, and today we'll be going over the spoilers for chapter 1023 of One Piece. And if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're up to date with all the One Piece news, chapter reviews, and spoilers. That being said, let's just hop right in. This chapter is basically a piggyback off of last chapter because we have a continuation of King and Queen are fighting against Zoro and Sanji's attack, which, if you remember from last chapter, in that big double page spread that they had against King and Queen, it seemed like it did a lot of damage to them, but apparently it did not, which is pretty obvious because if King and Queen are supposed to be these top commanders of Kaido's crew, then you should have like a relative good defense. Marco remembers when Whitebeard told him, "It seems there is a land of gods of a land, red line." This seems to be a reference to King's race that we learned of last chapter because apparently there's a tribe of people who could burst into flames and who lived on the Grand Line or Red Line. And yeah, it seems like how Marco knew this was from Whitebeard. Sanji tells Zoro that his body feels strange after using the raid suit for a second time. So I think this is the first drawback that Sanji has against the raid suit because he used this against page 1 in that one fight, but I don't think we ever learned of the side effects to Sanji's suit. But if we did, tell me in the comments below. But yeah, it's just nice knowing that there's a possible side effect to using the raid suit more than one time. Queen taunts Sanji for being a German cyborg. Queen tells him that those fire legs are machines. Sanji tells him that he is 100% human. Queen wonders if a normal human can create fire and tells him that it's not from the X tribe. So this might be some foreshadowing. I don't think it is, but it could be leading to like a big revelation about Sanji or something like that. That he has like Germa genes in him, but I don't think he's just cyborg because I feel like Otis said this in like an SBS once that the reason why Sanji's legs like get on fire is like his love for passion or for cooking, which I feel like if this is like what Queen is saying is true, it would defeat the purpose of that. But nonetheless, I think it's still very interesting. And it's also very interesting because we learn about King's tribe, the name of it being the X tribe, but apparently it says that the Korean does not give a name, which this could be changed in the official or in the release on Friday, but we'll just have to see and find out. After this, we focus on King, implying that Queen speaks of King's race. So throughout this chapter, you'll basically see or hear that a lot of people know about King's race, about this like mythical race of people who could burst into flames, but never really talking about it. But it does seem like Queen has some understanding of what King's race is. I feel like before they like became calamities, I feel like Queen did some like experiments on King's race, and like at the end of this arc, I feel like we're gonna get the whole scoop about what his race basically is, how they can burst into flames, and like all this world building stuff. However, Sanji's Diablo Jamblé is nothing compared to King's race, basically implying that King's fire is very, very hot. Hyogoro and Kawamatsu talk about Zoro while these see him fighting King. They say he reminds them a lot of Ringo's lord Shimotsuki Ushimaru, and also the legendary samurai Shimotsuki Ryuma. So this is more foreshadowing for Zoro's character than it is, I think, of Hyogoro's and Kawamatsu's, because if they're implying that he reminds them a lot about them, or of Ryuma, yeah, I definitely feel like at the end of this arc, like let's say at the after party, but let's say that it's like a side off remark that he's connected to the Shimotsuki clan is never really elaborated on, even though I would love to see like how or why Zoro challenged all these dojos. And I just feel like this is very interesting and is like leading up to the big reveal at the end of this arc, or if it'll like come before it. And going on the trend that this is basically a piggyback of last chapter, we get to see Jack versus Inuarashi, Perospur versus Nekomamushi, Raizo versus Fukurokuju, and so on and so forth. And I have a feeling that these fights will wrap up somewhere around the same time that Zoro and Sanji versus King and Queen will wrap up, because I feel like these fights will only take, I think, less than 3 chapters at most to basically get to the final fight with Kaido. And at the end of the chapter, we get this huge revelation that was hinted at. I think it was like 1020. Yeah, because that was like the chapter of Robin versus Black Maria over the beginning of that fight. But we see Momonosuke is becoming an adult. He is now 28 years old. And honestly, I didn't think this was going to come this early, because it was hinted at like 3 chapters prior in 1020 that Momo wanted to become an adult. But I didn't think this was going to come this soon, because I feel like it would have had a lot more build up to it. But hey, I'm not complaining. We see that he transformed into a dragon in front of Luffy, and we have a sketch of it, but I'm not going to show it on screen because you know how Shueisha can be. But it looks like Momo has taken the form of a bigger Kaido, or not bigger Kaido, but the size of Kaido, and he looks very similar to him. And Luffy says, "Come on, Momo, let's go back to Wano Kuni. No break next week." So a very interesting chapter we had this week, and honestly, I can't wait for the next one, because I feel like we're gonna get the continuation of all these fights and possibly the wrap up at the end of December or September, which I'm hoping for. And we got a lot of exposition on King's Race and a lot of foreshadowing for events to come, and Momo turning into a big dragon. But guys, tell me what you guys thought about the chapter down below. As always, follow me on all my social medias. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And yeah, it's been your boy Vinland. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.